Good morning, everyone. This is Srikanth Rajan, and welcome back to the Stock Market Podcast from MPIinvest.com. So, absolutely crazy market yesterday, isn't it? The markets were kind of, as if it was driven by some child there. The way the markets were moving around, it started going up in the initial stage, but then from there, a big fall, breaking the day's low. And then from there, again, a big rally up and again down. It was just a zigzag ride, isn't it? But at the end of the day, the markets moved nowhere. That was the actual truth. So markets have actually been very volatile in this range of 19,400. So 350 to 400, 450 for again back. The markets have, kind of been really crazy. So that is the kind of market at this point of time, majorly because I don't feel it is because of the institutional. Because yesterday, if you see, the institutional play was not much. Yesterday, the FIs, of course, have sold for almost 495 crores, but again, the DIs have bought for about 500 crores net. But then, such big volatility just because of Nifty expiry was too much. I mean, this is kind of Indian markets are totally turning out to be a totally different ballgame altogether. So that's the situation at this point of time. So unless you are actually trading carefully, like I told you yesterday, also I think, unless you have some experience in the market, I would suggest kind of stay away from trading at this point of time. But then a great time for investors. That's the only thing I would say at this point of time. So yes, the markets have, even though the markets have not performed as such yesterday or day before yesterday, one important thing to note is the mid cap and the small cap stocks are doing amazingly well. So I was just looking at my investments. Most of the small caps are doing amazingly well, even mid cap. So that's something which is happening at this point of time. So the big wigs are actually having a lot of headwinds, but then the small cap and mid cap are doing well. This actually is indication of actually a bull market, because unless there is a bull market, the small caps and mid caps don't perform much. But then when they perform in the bull market, they just kind of rally like huge. So that's something that's happening at this point of time. So after Indian markets closed, we could see the American markets actually expecting gap up opening, but then that did not sustain a complete run back. We could say finally Nasdaq kind of closed flat, but we see Dow has actually fallen again. So majorly because on Monday, again, a lot of US banks were downgraded. So majorly the selling was seen in the banking sector in the US. So the bond yields are actually rising up, 10-year bonds are rising. So all these things are which is a concern for the system as such, and that's exactly why American markets are still weak. And also there are three important events in the American market. One of that is happening today evening. Yes. So after US markets closed today, the Nvidia is going to come up with results. So if you remember, the last time the rally started in the US, it was actually led by Nvidia. So Nvidia is a chip making company, and people say that the AI revolution would be led by Nvidia chips, and there's huge demand for chips. So their results coming out today would be making a lot of difference, because my personal investment in Nvidia is sitting with 240% profit. So imagine the kind of rally it had since the start, and definitely people are being cautious about it. So results would make a lot of difference in the market. How the make or break situation happens, that can actually decide even the gap up or gap down for Indian markets tomorrow. So that's the kind of importance that we can give to Nvidia at this point of time with such a big rally there. Apart from that, if you look at again, like we discussed, on Friday there is Jerome Powell, the Federal Reserve Chairman, speaking, and on Saturday there is the Jackson Hole Symposium. So all those details we can discuss on Sunday during our Sunday Market Pulse video. But what happened yesterday apart from that? So again, if you see, Geo Financial has been hitting the lower circuit every day. In fact, today it was to be delisted from all the indices, but then it has been postponed for yet another 3 days. Looks like people want to kind of bring in some stability into the market, but otherwise falling, or if once it's taken off from the key indices, there would be, of course, a big difference in the market. So that is kind of probably, are they extending it to after the expiry of this week? So there's no details on that, but then yes, that is to be watched out. Apart from that, ITC still looks like it's taken some good support and started recovering. And similarly, I see some good movement in HDFC Life. So these are two stocks which are kind of looking good, and we already have our investments there, so kind of okay, happy with it. So these are few things to be looking at this point of time. Nothing major to talk about apart from this. Of course, tomorrow is the expiry. Today is Wednesday. So, and market volatility is at its peak. And the way markets are moving, looks like the markets are actually taking a very good support at this range of 1950 to 300. And on the higher side, there's a lot of resistance seen from 19450. So that's an important level to be watched at this point of time. So 19250 and 450 on the higher side is to be watched. If broken on either side, can be see we can see a movement on that side at this point of time. So these are things to be watched in the market for now. Let's see how things go. This is Srikant Rajan signing off, wishing you all a great day ahead. But before you go, definitely do press the like button if you love the content that we share. And do share the podcast with your friends and relatives to help them learn and invest together with us. And if you need support, planning your finances and investments, do connect with us at MPI Invest on the number given below. And you could be part of a free community also to learn and invest together with us. So goodbye, wishing you a great day. Srikant Rajan signing off.